Alright, what's happening? It's your boy Rico from Street School. It's you with another video, another film session. The first two videos have been commit watches, guys that the Georgia Bulldogs could end up getting and are likely to get. I mean, Houston, we'll see, but I feel like KJ Bolden is actually very likely. Now we have our official first commit video. And am I tripping? But does commit look spelled like extremely weird down there at the bottom? I don't know. Like, is there supposed to be another T? Did I put too many M? That looks crazy down there. I'm digressing though. But either way, man, this guy is extremely underrated. I think Natarian Tungle, Nitro, the receiver that I think he's from Indiana now, he's about to go to IMG Academy in Florida, so he's going to be going directly against another Georgia commit, Ellis Robertson. I can't wait for that. But I feel like he's the most underrated player, arguably in all of high school coming out in this 2024 class. But I feel like easily out of everybody that Georgia has committed to them, he's the most underrated player. Like the guy that's like, y'all are really tripping not having him as a 5-star. I feel like Jordan Thomas will probably be second, at the very least top 3, top 4 in the most underrated players that the Georgia Bulldogs have committed to him. That should be way higher than what they are, because we're going to look at it after this, after the intro and everything, before, you know, I do all of the breakdowns and stuff, tell y'all what's going on. Of course, we're doing the film session today and all of that, but we're going to take a look at it. This guy's ranked way too low, like entirely too low. You're going to see when we look at the tape. And we don't have a lot of tape on him, but we have enough to where you can come up with a conclusion like, yeah, like there shouldn't be this many people above him on the list. There aren't 119 players better in the country in this 2024 class than Jordan Thomas. You'll exactly see why. And I love the fact that he shares the exact same first name as not only Jordan Hall, who we just brought in the 2023 class, that could potentially be the next dominant interior defensive lineman that Georgia has, but then he also shares the same first name as Jordan Davis, who I feel like could be quite the comp for him as well. He may not be like just this true, like literal nobody else is made like that, like a Jordan Davis, but when we look at this tape, you'll start to see, oh yeah, I can see some Jordan Davis there as well. Remember, Jordan Davis was a 4-star player coming out. He was not a 5-star. Georgia, if anything, you can argue between like Alabama, Georgia, maybe you can throw a couple other schools in there when it comes to recruiting. When it comes to development, especially taking 3 stars and making them 4 stars or 5 stars, taking 4 stars and making them play to the level of a 5-star. That is Georgia's thing. We develop talent better than anybody else in the country, and we have 2 back-to-back championships to prove it. Probably going for a 3rd. We're definitely the favorites for it right now, all on Carson Beck. But again, I'm digressing. Either way, man, this is the type of guy that Georgia gets their hands on, and then everybody looks back 2 years from now like, how was this guy a 4-star? Like, what is going on? When in doubt, man, all of the coaches that we have the best coaching staff, the best development coaching staff, the best recruiting staff. It's really unfair. I love it, man. This is a great time to be a Georgia Bulldog fan. But let's go ahead and dive into this video. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell next to the subscription button. Of course, this will be a film session. Again, just to let you know, I'll be doing film sessions on a lot of players that are potentially signed into Georgia. And then after we get some guys, I also want to do some film sessions for them. So I want to do the Chauncey Bowens one. It's looking quite likely that we may end up with Nate Frazier. You got Justin Williams, the linebacker, that's more than likely going to Oregon, but we're in on that as well. So we'll do some flips, some potential flips, some commit watches like KJ Bolden, who I think we're quite likely to get. Who knows what's going on with Ryan Wingo? So anybody that we're relatively involved in or they've already committed, I'm gonna go back and do all of those. So I got to go back and do Dylan Raiola eventually, all of that type of stuff. So man, make sure you stay tuned. All of the content. Without further ado, man, let's get it. All right, so before we dive into the film session, we always got to do this every time. I like going to On 3 because they show everybody's. Instead of going to 247 or ESPN or Rivals or whatever, you go to On 3 and it has everybody's. Plus, I love Dogs HQ. They're one of my favorite sources for everything. Once they brought over Rusty Manziel, it was hands down my favorite source. Also love Brooks Austin as well. Shouts out to him. But, and I love what everybody does. I love Dogs Central, everybody, but Dogs HQ, I just feel like once they got Rusty Manziel, that was like an arms race to get him. Once you got him, I feel like you're automatically just the most at the very least entertaining and most involved sources you can get. And then again, Brooks Austin is like a one-man army, it seems like, over there himself. Those are my two favorite groups of sources or whatever. But either way, man, on 3, man, they have him just overall industry ranking based on where he's ranked from everybody. They have him 120th overall. 247 has him 96th, but like their industry composite, which is the more accurate one and the one that everybody mostly refers to, he's like 104th or something like that. Either way, extremely underrated. The highest he is on anybody's board is 83rd. I'm telling you, he looks like a top 50 player. He may not necessarily look like a 5-star, even though I can see an argument for it, but hey, man, that's a top 50 player right there. Number 1 player out of New Jersey. Shouts out to Fran Brown for this commit. Of course, Fran Brown is technically the DB's coach, and that's like his expertise, but also his expertise is just the Northeast region. He's from somewhere up there. I forgot, Connecticut, somewhere like that. And so that's why we have a really good chance of getting all of these guys outside of the South. I mean, we have some guys with connections to the West Coast. We have some guys connections everywhere. Fran Brown is our Northeast. Even though he's a DB's coach, and even though Georgia has all kinds of great defensive minds, Kirby Smart, Will Muschamp, and all of these guys that are great at bringing in defensive linemen, developing them and all of that. Glenn Schumann, all of those guys. Jordan Thomas even said it himself. Fran Brown was like the reason I'm coming to Georgia. And so I guess that ability to relate, being both Northeast guys, born and raised and stuff like that, and to be able to, I guess, have somebody to talk to, like, yeah, let me show you what this country life is like now. I know, me being from the Northeast as well, weather, everything, just the environment, culture, and Fran Brown is like that person that all of these Northeast guys can talk to. Fran Brown is completely the reason we have Ellis Robinson right now. I mean, you can say Kirby Smart, you can say Glenn Schumann, Will Muschamp, all of these great defensive minds. Fran Brown is the reason we have Ellis Robinson. So shouts out to Fran Brown for coming in clutch. Not even a DB, a defensive lineman, and not even like a edge rusher, which is, I guess you could say, is somewhat closer to DB. No, like interior defensive lineman, the big body. Speaking of him, 6'5", 325 pounds. I'm in the way so you can't see it. I can scroll down a little bit. From Ramsey, New Jersey, number 1 player out of New Jersey. And I mean, we were leaning up. This was definitely lower than this before he committed. It definitely, this definitely like came out of nowhere. Shouts out to Trey Scott as well. You know, he does a great job with defensive linemen as well too. But this is Franz Brown commitment right here. So shouts out to him. Trey Scott is going to be the one that develops him and does all of the work and turns him into a Jordan Davis. But shouts out to Fran Brown for getting this boy in the building, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So without further ado, instead of wasting more of y'all time, because I could talk for hours and hours about all of this type of stuff and how underrated he is, but now it's time to show it. You know what I'm saying? And usually he's going to be the biggest person on the field, so it's really not hard to find him. Let's take it back a little bit more. He's the one, and again, he's an interior defensive lineman. He's like literally the type of guy that should be playing nose tackle for you. Literally like the closest thing to that we have to like another Jordan Davis. But he's just so athletic. And he's just one of those guys that's only getting better and better every time you see him. Every week, every month you see him, he's just getting better and better. But he's so athletic and so explosive. One of the main things that he has that I want to go ahead and get this out the way, for a big guy that's usually you bring them in, they're like a double team eater. They're the guys that you want in the middle, taking up like a center and a guard. This guy can penetrate and is very explosive, very quick, and very fast, definitely for a guy his size. He makes plays in the backfield. Normally those big nose tackle type of guys that eat up double teams don't make plays in the backfield. Normally their huddle tape and film sessions are riddled with a bunch of like run stops, making plays at the line of scrimmage, maybe running somebody down like this. But you're gonna see that he's going to be getting penetration on these guys. There's a running back chipping them and a guard trying to block them, and he just basically just carried them, just pushed them all the way back to the quarterback. Now he's the edge rusher again. That's just unfair. I don't think he would do this for Georgia, but I mean, when you're on the edge, I mean, it's harder to double team you. And then that monstrous play right there, poor quarterback looking like he's getting ragdolled out there. That was just sad, man. Make you feel sorry for the poor baby. And you would prefer a little bit better technique than this. He literally won this rep just because he's just stronger than the other guy. That's literally it. There's no real technique. I mean, the ball get off was decent. and then he was able to get hands on Buddy better than Buddy was able to get hands on him to tackle. But there wasn't really much technique there. I mean, I like the fact that he kind of got rid of him towards the end, but that was more strength than anything. But Trey Scott's going to get you right. Don't worry about it. Fran Brown got you in. Trey Scott's going to turn you into a first-round pick. That's just what Georgia does. So we're going to work on that technique. But boy, first of all, I would have wished this would have been like a more secure, definitive safety tackle. But either way, man, this poor quarterback, hold on, I just want to take it back and pause it to the part where he's getting mutilated the worst, dog. I should put some sad music in the background, right here. Like, Poe baby. Like, what's going on, dog? Who are you even trying to throw the ball to? Just give up, man. Just take the safety, dog. It ain't even worth it. You about to throw a pick six, my boy. Ain't even worth it, big dog. All right, let's go. We got him on the edge again. I guess technically it looks like it's 3 defensive line. I don't know what that is, but good penetration. There we go. This is your nose tackle penetrating like this. Now, that was good hand usage. Wasn't like the most amazing technique, but he got hands on the tackle. I believe that's the tackle. Yeah, because that was a tight end chipping for a little bit. Didn't do much with the chip at all to really help the tackle, but it slowed my boy Jordan Thomas down a little bit. But either way, Jordan Thomas clearly, I love the hand placement. That's one thing that's consistent. He has control over the fight. He has better hands on the tackle, the offensive lineman, than that guy has on him. And I also like the fact that he was aware that he was going to get chipped. That's IQ and awareness. Like, he was able to, like, get ready for the chip. Like, he literally went to attack the chip. He made sure, if anything, he chipped the tight end. I love that. Some people, you know, don't have that level of awareness, especially coming out of high school. They just get blindsided, and it'll be a tight end half their weight that's able to pancake them and put them on the ground because they weren't expecting it. Jordan Thomas was like, nah, none of that. If anything, I'm gonna get you. So that route timing is all the way off. He's like a second to 2 seconds behind where he's supposed to be anyway. And then the hand placement, I mean, he's already winning the sumo wrestling match right now. And then the ability to have the strength and the quickness just to get around that guy. And then that hit on the quarterback. Oh, Poe baby. To not expect to get hit and to get hit like that has to be crazy, dog. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine somebody that big. All right, this is him again, the biggest guy on the field. Oh, now that's my favorite play so far. Nah, that's my favorite play. So this shows that he has the ability to two-gap. Because if he wanted to, he could have penetrated quicker than this. He has, I mean, clearly by the way that he threw this guy off like that, he had hands on him. He could have gotten away from him as soon as he wanted to, but I'm pretty sure the call was to just eat up the block, keep your head up, and two-gap. If the running back goes this way to your left on your inside, if he goes to your outside, it's your responsibility to stop him. We don't have any linebackers out here that's doing it. And, you know, Georgia and Alabama, a few of the like top defensive schools love for their defensive linemen to two-gap. They don't really ask them to penetrate that much. They don't ask them to go make the play. They ask them to two-gap, sit at the line of scrimmage, keep your head up, and then whichever way the running back's going, get ready to make a play. And he's already winning this, and then he just gets rid of them completely. And then, I mean, look at that. That looked like David and Goliath, like how small that running back looked compared to him by the time the running back thought he had it too. Like, look, just imagine you're the running back on this play. Okay, that's clogged up. Okay, there's a space right there. I'm cool. Wait, what happened? Wait a minute. He tackled himself. He was like, nah, this is too big of a human being. I don't even want to get swallowed up by this person right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and basically just fall down the mountain. Yeah, let me just fall down. Go ahead and just two-hand tag me. Take my flag, but just don't actually full contact on contact tackle me, man. And again, just to go back to the way that he mutilated, this is the tackle, right? Because I'm starting to question if this is the tight end or not with how bad this was. No, that was the tight end. That was a tight. Okay, that was a tight end. Let me go back. Maybe I'm tripping. This is a tackle, guard, center, right? This is the center. Yeah, this is the center. So yeah, that I don't know. This man needs to be double teamed by the guard in the center, like the left guard in the center, right guard in the center, whatever. He's supposed to be at nose tackle eating double teams. What made y'all think that in any way possible y'all was gonna put this number 9 tight end on him? I mean, I'm assuming y'all learned y'all lesson now. Y'all know better than to ever do that again. Even though, I mean, he's going back for his senior year. If y'all end up playing this high school again, this high school better not ever do that again. So if you're gonna do that, if for some crazy reason you're gonna single block him, period, with anybody on the offensive line, let alone the tight end, at least don't run this weird zone run scheme, I guess this was. I don't know. Don't run it back. Don't even look this way. The whole play needs to be going to the right side. the whole play. Matter of fact, you might as well just go ahead and bring that tight end over to help block somebody on the right side, because he didn't do anything really on the left side anyway. He might as well just came over here and started blocking this guy. The play should have went this way. Then the running back could have had a one-on-one with that DB out there. But instead, David staring down Goliath, and it's not a good look, man. Not a happy ending for that. And I love the number too. Number 97 is great for a nose tackle. I mean, I would even take 99 if you wanted it, 98. I love 97 there. Feel like that projects him very well. And I mean, was he just not blocked on this play? Did we chip him? Look, I mean, his ability and his tackles are so violent. It looks like somebody's being abused. I love how violent his tackles are. These are not normal tackles. They're so violent and angry and mean. Like, who made you mad? And then, oh, I love the pop. Did you see how the offensive lineman popped up? You can tell the hand placement. Oh, my Lord. Offensive lineman head jerked a little bit. And then not only the strength to win that fight, but then to have the agility to work side to side like that to go make this play. Come on, dog. And this is probably another violent tackle if it were on camera. This man is not just strength. He's not 6'5", 320, and that's all there is to it. Of course he's strong if he's that big. He's a great athlete, very mobile, very fluid with everything that he does. It's beautiful. I don't like that stutter step in the beginning. That's a problem with my Commanders that Chase Young has, that little stutter step. If you're the best athlete on the field, just go at the guy. The guy can't do nothing with you. I don't know why you're trying to juke him out. You can literally just go up to him. You could have done this from the beginning and gotten rid of him immediately, but I'm not mad though. It is what it is. Still made a great play. Again, most nose tackles, first of all, they wouldn't be playing on the edge. And also, with the speed that this running back is moving, let's just go back. The running back almost looks like a blur. And the fact that Jordan Thomas is able to get him, to be able to keep up with him, to make this play is amazing in itself. Again, he's faster than you would expect for somebody to be 6'5", 6'6", 320. Oh my God. Oh my, was that the guard or the center? Somebody help that man. Oh, there's no technical terms for this. You don't need me to tell you what you just saw in that play. When plays are that ridiculous, what do you want me to tell you? I mean, of course, the ball get off, the hand placement again. I mean, somebody poor baby. Somebody. This is rated R. This is really bad. That's a victim on the field. But either way, man, the hand placement. Again, it just seems like he's always in control. And of course, these are huddle highlights. So these are all his good plays. They're not showing the bad ones. But in all of these, man, he's in control of the battle. And that's where that arm length comes from. That's where the strength comes from. That's why he's a nose tackle. He's just, I'm not going to lie. I want to comp him to Jordan Davis because of build. But stuff like this is what Jalen Carter does. I'm not saying he's the next Jalen Carter. I'm not going to sit here and act like he's literally going to be the next Jordan Davis and we should just expect it. I can see it with the comp and the build, but that's the Jalen Carter type of stuff. What is that? What is that? Come on, dog. Why y'all need to double team? Why are we not double teaming this man more often? Here we go. Okay, double team. Well, chip. And then another guy came, and then again, agility, man. A lot of big nose tackle interior defensive linemen, 3 techs, 0 techs, whatever you want to consider them, aren't able to, like, first of all, to get rid of this guy like that is just ridiculous. And then at the same time, to have the agility to get around him and the arm length, the agility, the mobility for a guy his size is absolutely ridiculous. But of course, another get rid of the guy in front of you play. Like, just throwing people. Is Jordan Thomas already an NFL player playing with high schoolers, dog? Because, like, the way he's ragdolling people, this is Jalen Carter stuff, man. All right, next play, man. It's just like, what do you want me to say in this film session? He's different. Oh, I love the motor, man. A lot of interior defensive linemen, I say this all the time. I've been saying this from all of my other film sessions. These guys that are highly touted, they know, they hear about it. They read the internet. They see 247 on 3. If I were a high school player, I would check it almost every day on myself. He knows he's a 4-star. He knows Georgia, the back-to-back defending champs, are interested in him. He's just waiting for the visit to come in so he can officially commit. He knows he's wanted by the best of the best. He has offers from the top schools in the nation. He's a guy that people want. Ignore that 4-star rating. the way teams, again, sometimes you got to follow the offers more so. Well, actually, really, you should all the time follow the offers more than the ratings. 247 on 3, no matter who it is. See who's offering these guys. If it's like Alabama, Ohio State, and Georgia fighting for the same guy, doesn't matter if he's a 3-star. There's a reason these teams are fighting for that guy. He's basically like a 5-star in their eyes. That's the way I kind of look at it. So either way, this guy here, we can just take it back a little bit further while I'm talking. Jordan Thomas, man, he knows he's highly touted. He knows people have their eyes on him. He knows, like, he's already done his job. At this point in real life in this game, whenever this happened, he knows, yeah, these top schools are interested in me. I'm the best player probably on this entire field right now between both teams. He's still the hustle, the motor to go track plays down and not give up. Oh, the play is past me. You know, first of all, just being an interior defensive lineman, usually they don't even have the heads up play to be like, oh, let me turn around. No, they just be like, get ball, get quarterback, and that's it. They don't care about nothing else. They just completely locked on to the quarterback. They don't think about nothing else. They don't care about nothing else. So, but then just an interior defensive lineman to have the awareness, the ball is up. Oh, okay, the play is that way. He was looking down when the ball was thrown too, but to have the heads up play to turn around and then to have the motor, and most importantly, my main point, the want to go make this play. I mean, again, not only being an interior defensive lineman, literally like the nose tackle in this play, at the very least the 3 tech, it looks like. It's kind of weird from this angle to exactly tell. But either way, the interior defensive lineman, the biggest guy on the field, the heaviest guy on the field. And also, again, my main point, most importantly, probably the most highly touted, the most sought after, the guy that whose name is buzzing amongst Georgia, Alabama, recruiting all of these guys. He knows he's great. So a lot of those players get a little complacent, get a little lazy. They're like, well, this player's past me. I'm a 5-star. What do I look like going to go track this play down? But he wants it. He wants to win. That's that stuff where, you know, if Georgia's recruiting you, you want to win. Because Georgia has made it very clear, if you care about NIL and early playing time more than anything else, you're not the guy for us. If you care about culture and winning and development more than anything else, then you're our guy. And so this guy clearly cares more about winning than anything else, because to track that ball down and make that play, he didn't have to. He could have just assumed a linebacker or DB at it. But now we have him one-on-one with a tackle, and again, another bully. He has hands on the tackle better than the tackle has hands on him, per usual. Get rid of him. I don't even know what technical terms these are. He's literally just grabbing people by the shoulder pads and then just throwing them. He's bullying people. He's stuffing people in lockers. Like, this is crazy. He's a high school bully. It's not even like a real official technical term, I don't think, for this stuff. I mean, I guess he's literally just grabbing people by their jerseys and throwing them around. And then the great tackles, I'll take it. I'll take the ankle tackle. At least he wrapped up. I'll take it. All right, again, I don't really like that stutter step. I just want you, if you're the best athlete on the field, just attack that guy. But it works sometimes for some people. But the players passed him. Again, the hustle to come down and come get it. I mean, he was kind of jogging. It wasn't like he was full sprint. But if he would have just been watching like the other people, like the way they just kind of just stopped, like a lot of them just kind of stopped. But he's jogging. He's like, okay, well, hey, man, I like nice things. Luck only matters if you're prepared for it. Luck only favors those who are prepared. And you got to be prepared. If he weren't running down here, this luck wouldn't have mattered. If he would have just stayed and just watched, like, oh, they got that. Somebody on my team is gonna make that tackle. We got 3 guys around him. Somebody's gonna tackle him. If he had that mentality, luck wouldn't have mattered. Luck only matters if you're prepared to receive it, and he's definitely prepared to receive it because the high motor, he wants to win above all else. And oh, I see, that's that agility. I love this angle right here, man. That agility. Now, if you're gonna 2-gap, which I'm not, this play you can't exactly tell, but if this is 2-gap, you prefer for him to be like completely centered with the tackle so he can be ready. But even at a disadvantage, complete head this way, body this way, tackle literally has the outside leverage on you. And just grabbing people's shoulder pads and throwing them away, and then the agility to come and make that play, man. This is ridiculous for a guy his size. This is absolute. This tape is actually quite hilarious. This is insane. I don't understand how people think there's 119 high school kids better than this guy. I don't see it. I'm truly not, and this is not just Georgia bias because he's committed to us. He is I mean, look at the strength. Look at him just sumo wrestling the guy. I mean, you would prefer maybe some better technique. And this is a double team, but even though it's a double team, I'm not even going to sit here and boost my boy Jordan Thomas too much because number 72 is not doing anything. He is just like going through the motions. He didn't even really like attack him or nothing. He's just trying to look like, oh, okay, coach is watching. Let me at least look like I'm doing something. He's not really contributing anything. Either way, though, even if you just take 72 away, one-on-one, look what Jordan Thomas is doing to this kid. What happened? How did we get from here to sideways completely like no anchor? Not an ounce of anchor left. Jordan Thomas completely erased this man's anchor. That's another thing. Being that Jordan Davis type of guy again. All of these guys, Jordan Hall, all of them sharing the first name Jordan, maybe is something to that. Look at this offense. Look at the ball get off, the pop, getting hands on them, and then the strength to completely eliminate the anchor, man. This guy keeps trying to reset his feet, and it doesn't matter. The only time that he kind of gets a chance to reset his feet is because Jordan Thomas is done. Like, the offensive lineman, I guess, felt relieved that he finally figured it out and got some anchor on him. It's only because Jordan Thomas is trying to do a spin move to get out of the hole that you're having him in, which could have been possibly a penalty, to go make a play. Come on, dog. This is bad. This is really bad. This is the level of competition atrocious, or is this, oh my lord, he can't stay in front of him. He knows he's supposed to get inside on this guy. He tried to get inside on this guy. Hold on, we just went somewhere. Yeah, we just went somewhere. That's my fault. But either way, he knows he's supposed to win this inside leverage. Like, he knows, if anything, I need to have Jordan Thomas on my outside shoulder this way in comparison to me. I can't allow him inside. I just need to allow him to win outside. So he tries to move inside. Jordan Thomas with the ball get off, the agility, again, the mobility is better than somebody his size should have. And then just the strength to where the guy has no chance. The guy has no chance to ever get in front of him. And because of that, even though you're blocking against the edge rusher as the tackle, as basically what is this, like the 5 technique, almost like the 4 straight up, I guess, and your guy's basically making the tackle on the opposite B gap, almost like just completely took the tackle with him to go make the tackle on his own running back. That's ridiculous, dog. And then another edge rush play here. What we got? I don't know why they thought 58. Was that a pulling guard? Who was that? Was that a pulling? Who was that? Was that the center? Did they bring the center over for that? Okay, it was a pulling guard, and I mean, it's not even great technique from either guy. Even admitting for Jordan Thomas, this is not great technique, but you're not stronger than him. He's the best athlete on the field. At the very least, the strongest guy on the field. So Jordan Thomas, was up higher than I wanted him to be, but he didn't leave his feet. This guy is off the ground at a certain point. Come on, dog. And then again, to have the awareness, the IQ, and the eyes to go and make the tackle. Some people would be lost in this sumo match. Some people are like, no matter what I got to do, I got to beat the guy in front of me. Jordan Thomas knows there's bigger plans than that. I'm not worried about you. I know you're coming over here to give me my best hit. And first of all, let's also take this back and acknowledge the fact that this guy has a running head start. Jordan Thomas is stutter stepping. This guy has a full head of steam, running head start, sprinting at him almost. And it's pretty much a stalemate. If anything, Jordan Thomas won because this guy had to leave his feet. And even after, with all of that going on, Jordan Thomas has to deal with all of that. He still has his head up looking for where the ball is, and he's in on the tackle. He doesn't even have to be. There's other guys there to help him to make the tackle, but Jordan Thomas is like, nah, I'm selfish. I'm in on every play. It's going to be a half tackle, half sack every time at the very least. I'm splitting these tackles with y'all. Y'all going to split these with me. Y'all not about to have these tackles yourselves, and I love that. And then, I guess good technique, but it seemed like the guy just kind of chipped him and then moved on, I guess. I don't know why the best defensive player on the field, you're going to just ignore him as if, like, he's not mobile enough to track this play down. I don't understand. I don't understand the strategy sometimes with these tapes. Like, what is this play call? Would prefer a better tackle there, but again, just to ignore him is insane to me. And then the mobility and the agility to get there that fast. A lot of defensive linemen his size, again, 300 pounds and up. He's like 320. To be able to get there to meet that guy that fast with him exploding like that, I'll take it. It was a weird tackle. He had to grab jersey. But again, as we've seen with offensive linemen, once my boy Jordan Thomas grabs your jersey, you're done. You're not going anywhere. So, hey, man, once he got a hold of this man's jersey, you're not going anywhere, my boy. It's over with, man. You're done. Go ahead and sit down. You're done. I think this may be the last play. Interior defensive lineman right here, eating up a double team, and yeah, that's what we want. Now, this is literally the thing that he's probably going to do more than anything else we've watched on this entire film session. I'm happy to have this as the last play. It's as if they knew he was going to Georgia. They knew exactly what his role would be for Georgia. This is the final play. This is the way we're going to end it. I mean, it's literally the last play of the huddle. It's not like I'm just like deciding this is where I want to cut it off. This last play that we have even available. And it's a double team. He has to keep his head up, look for where the running back is, eat up a double team, and still be the one to go make the play. I mean, that's just a bad decision, first of all, from the running back to pick his gap out of all of them. I don't know why he picked his. But either way, to eat up that double team, one hand on one, the other hand on the other, and he's not getting pushed back. If anything, he's pushing them back into the running back, and then he made the tackle. Come on, bro. That's ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous stuff here. This is ridiculous. But either way, man, I'll just let the tape play while I'm talking. That's the end of this video. Please get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about everything discussed in this video. Let me know how you feel about Jordan Thomas. Do you agree with me that he is extremely underrated by all of the recruiting sites? Because I just think if you just watch the same tape that I did, I don't understand how there's 119 better high school players than this man. I just don't get it. I don't see it at all. And there's a reason Georgia loved him. Georgia has their pick of defensive linemen in the country. Everybody knows that we produce first-round defensive linemen better than anybody else, and the fact that we specifically wanted him, we were like, please give us him. We're not even gonna wait to see if some of these other defensive linemen, most notably some of these 5-stars like Edric Houston, Williams Nawari, all of these type of guys, edge rushers, defensive linemen, interior defensive linemen, defensive tackles, whatever, we hope we get them and it will be nice, but we want to make sure we got Jordan Thomas. We're not gonna tell Jordan Thomas, nah, we'll see if these other guys say no, maybe we'll come back. No, we want Jordan Thomas and these guys if we can get them as well. You got to secure a guy like this, man. I'm telling you, he's that different. So yeah, man, definitely get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about everything in this video, everything I talked about, any points I made. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know what else you may have seen in the video that I didn't notice based on Jordan Thomas's play and all of that type of stuff. Let me know how you feel about the whole Jordan name and how it just seems like Jordan Davis, Jordan Hall, and now Jordan Thomas is just a thing, I guess. And also make sure you subscribe and like up the video, hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get notification every time I release these film sessions and everything like that, any recruiting updates, all of that type of stuff. So man, I really appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all later. I'm out.